Hello, everybody. It's Coco, and I'm back to tell you another story. Today's is called Cassie's Day in Court. Cassie leaned closer to the mirror. She dabbed a spot of perfume behind each ear, and then she reached down and lifted the lid off the pink powder. Maybe just a little on my cheeks, she thought. But something was missing. Cassie wasn't quite the beautiful model she wanted to be. What I need is a great hairdo. Pushing her hair up on one side of her head seemed just right. I need a barrette or something. She looked at herself again. Mom keeps Grandma's pearl hair comb in this top drawer. Cassie opened the drawer slowly, then reached out and slid one finger across the beautiful big pearls. Mom told me never to play with it, but I'm sure it would be okay this time. She pushed her hair up again, then slipped the comb into place. Oh, it looks gorgeous, and I look fabulous wearing it. Then a voice floated into the room. Cassie, have you put your clothes away yet? It's Mom. Oh, Cassie snatched the comb off her head and shoved it into the drawer. As quietly as possible, she pushed the drawer shut. When it wouldn't quite close, she gave it an extra bump with her hip. She slipped out of the room and met her mother in the hall. I'm doing it right now, she answered. After picking up a stack of clothes as high as her head, Cassie staggered into her room. Crash! Clothes flew everywhere. Cassie grabbed her shirts, but just then she tripped over a stuffed rabbit and a bear and fell onto her bed. CJ, what did you do to my animal collection? Her little sister CJ stood there, surrounded by bodies of stuffed animals. She had grabbed one penguin as the shelf tipped, but the rest of the stuffed animals had fallen to their deaths. I caught one, CJ tried to grin, but Cassie wasn't buying it. Mom, CJ is destroying my room. Then, after a second of silence, Mom, where are you? Mom appeared in the doorway. What is all this shouting about? Mom, she knocked my shelf down and now the animals are lying there mangled. Cassie knelt down to pick up her stuffed animal children, checking each one for injuries. Mom turned to CJ. What were you doing in here? It wasn't my fault, CJ protested. I was just standing there when Cassie bumped into me. She knocked me into the shelf, and then everything fell. Mom, Cassie was screeching now. Look, Rachel Bell's tusk is broken. Mom took the stuffed walrus from Cassie and inspected its long plastic teeth. One of you must have stepped on her. You have to pay for this, Cassie almost shouted, pointing at CJ. But it wasn't my fault, Cassie said almost as loudly. Girls, stop shouting. Mom held up her hands. There's only one thing to do. We'll have family court. Cassie liked their family court. Anytime there was a problem between family members, they had a court where each one could tell his or her side of the story. Her dad was the judge, and she knew he would be fair. He would agree with her. Later, Dad held court at the kitchen table with a bang of the wooden hammer. He called it a gavel. He announced, "The family court is in session. Now, what is the case to be considered?" Mom answered. Cassie says that CJ was in her room where she knocked over the shelf of animals, causing one walrus to break a tusk. Judge Dad arched one eyebrow. Cassie, tell us what you think happened. Cassie stood. When I carried my clothes into my room, CJ was in there. She is not supposed to be there without my permission. She slammed into my shelf. All my animals plunged to the floor. Most of them were only bruised, but Rachel Bell's tusk was broken. I take it Rachel Bell is the previously mentioned walrus? Yes, Dad. I mean, Your Honor. Cassie sat down. Judge Dad spoke to CJ. What is your side of the story? CJ stood up. I was in Cassie's room, but I was just looking. I wasn't hurting anything. Then she came in and bumped into the shelf. Bumped me right into it. It tipped and everything fell off. I didn't mean to break her dumb old walrus. Judge Dad frowned. Okay, Cassie, it was your room and you're a walrus. What do you think the punishment should be? Come back tomorrow to find out what they decide.